It is Wednesday, and I say this every Wednesday, but you know what that means. Time for the picks. What is up, football fans? Gonna be recapping and also picking this week. Now, recapping obviously for last week, because last week, in my opinion, was nuts. It was chock full of nuts. It was just disgusting. It was payday. You ever have a payday candy bar? It's just jam filled with nuts. But before we jump into all that, I do have to shout out a new member, Ayo Miggy. Thank you. Next to the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it, but don't never feel like you need to. And I got some new patrons. And Robin Hoodie, rocking my hoodie, Phil Jones, and New York Fan 023. Thank you guys so much. A little announcement. I'll probably make another announcement on Friday. But I'm thinking of starting doing some live streams and Q&As just for the members and the patrons. I found out a way to do that where we'd be having a live stream and it's only open and only available to patrons and members. So I'm thinking about doing that. So to the members and patrons, keep an eye out for that, and I'll keep you guys updated in videos specifically to you guys. I greatly appreciate it. Also, this video is brought to you by BetUS. They are a fantastic betting site. Forbes, all these great companies have given them high reviews. Great site. Again, receive 125 bonus when you sign up by clicking the link in the description. Literally, football, basketball, ice hockey, baseball, golf, tennis, soccer, martial arts, horse racing, on top of other things. I will be using their site to make my picks in this video. So without further ado, let's listen to BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sports book, where you can bet on everything anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
Fantastic site. Quick payout, too. 24 hours. You don't got to wait a day and a half or 7 days or a month and a year, or when your firstborn is brought into the earth. 24 hours. So go check them out. Link is in the description. Get 125% bonus. So let's jump into this. We are looking at Thursday night game. Now this game actually, I think this week's primetime games are actually pretty good. But you're looking at Seattle taking on Dallas. I did horrible last week. I think I got like 9 right. I did horrible. The one week I went 12-2 was fantastic, or 13-2. I remember the exact number. I got to like top 5 in my league, and now I'm at like 31. Completely fell apart. But you got Seattle heading to Dallas. Dallas is giving 10 to Seattle. Here's the thing. Dallas doesn't do well against good teams. Funny, me, a Dolphin fan, saying that. But Dallas doesn't do too well against these good teams. I think they're 0-2 against teams with winning records. And I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, the Seattle Seahawks are still a winning team. Now, they beat the crap out of the Commanders 45-10 on Thanksgiving. And Seattle didn't do too well. They didn't do too well last week either. So, losing the 49ers on Thanksgiving as well. Both teams got a good rest in. They played a week ago. Now they play on Thursday. I'm going to go with Dallas straight up. But versus the spread, I'm going to go with Seattle. I still think Seattle's defense is good. But I think Dallas will win this game. But if I'm going spread-wise, I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks. And then we scroll down. And our first 1 o'clock game is the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots in New England. New England is getting 6. They're home and they're getting 6. hilarious. The Chargers didn't do well Sunday night against the Ravens. They had plethora of opportunities. Charger defense actually did really well. Khalil Mack did his thing like a chicken wing. The Patriots look like they are tanking. Now, I have some Patriot friends that you might know of, acquaintances, if you will, working buddies, that want the Patriots to lose so they can get a high pick and they can draft their quarterback. I'm going with the Patriots in this one. And they're getting 6. I'm going with the Patriots in this one. I think that the Patriots are going to win this game. I don't think Bill Belichick is trying to lose on purpose. I don't think Mac Jones, I was going to call him Khalil Mack because I was just talking about him. I don't think Mac Jones is going to play. Patriot fans, because they want that top 5 pick. I think they're picking number 3 right now. So keep an eye out on that one. Next, we have Detroit heading to New Orleans, take on the Saints. They don't have a waning moon or a waxing moon or Wayne Brady moon, because that's apparently Detroit hasn't won when the moon is whatever in the sky, and that's why they lost to the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving. And you got the Saints who lost to the Falcons. Now the Falcons are number 1 in that division. Detroit's giving 4.5. I don't know what's going on with the Saints. I don't know what's going on with the NFC South at all. I'm going Lions both straight up in the end versus the spread. I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win by 7 at least if Jared Goff doesn't do what he did the past few games. Speaking of the number 1 team in the NFC South, you have the Atlanta Falcons heading to New York, it's New Jersey, to take on them Jets. Now, the Jets, their offense is garbage. If Robert Saleh wants to do anything with the rest of this season and wants to try to win any games for the rest of the season, you put Trevor Siemian in. You don't put back Boyle, and don't go back to Zach. You put Trevor Siemian in. You're facing the Falcons at home, and they're giving you 2.5 points. Now, the Falcons aren't bad, but again, I'm relying on that Jet defense to be good, essentially. Even though when they faced the Cowboys, they got smoked. See, this is a tough one for me because it's like, what Atlanta Falcon team is going to show up and what Jet team is going to show up? Because the Dolphins dropped, 27 on them? 30-something on them? 34 on them. I just, prove me wrong. I'm going with the Jets. Arizona taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Arizona Cardinals. I'm liking the way they're playing lately. Now, they obviously got smoked by the Rams 37-14. And Pittsburgh won, I think narrowly won, if my memory is correct. Yes, by 6 against the Bengals. Here's my thing. Steelers are at home. They're given 6. I don't think it's going to be by 6. So versus the spread, I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals. But straight up, I'm taking the Steelers to win the game. Even though I do not like Pickett and I don't like the way their offense is running, I do think that their defense and TJ Watt are doing really good things. So I'm going to go with the Steelers, but I think it'll be by like a field goal or so. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers taking on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay given 6. Carolina fired everyone, it seemed like, their head coach and then their offensive coordinator and then I think their running backs coach and then I think the water boy and then the janitor and then I think the cook and groundskeeper. Then the little boy down the street who is not, just so you know, this is a little side note. I like to click my pen. So a lot of times when I'm making videos and rambling like an idiot, I click my pen. I just broke the thing off. Now I'm sad. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers straight up and versus the spread. I think Carolina will put about a little bit of a fight, but I think that the Buccaneers win by a touchdown. That stopped me from rambling. Is breaking my pen. Stopped me from rambling. Got the Colts taking on the Titans. I'll say it one more time. The Colts taking on the Titans. Indy. 7 seed right now. Tennessee is the only 10 I don't see. Colts beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we just saw, 27-20, and the Titans beating the Panthers, who we just talked about, 17-10. I think this will be a close game, so that spread makes a ton of sense. But I'm going with Indy in this one, obviously straight up in spread. I think it's too. I don't think they'll really win by one. But I'm going Indy. I think Indy's the better team. I think Taylor's dealing with a hand injury of some sort, but I still like the way Gardner's playing for them. This will be a test for me because the Dolphins play the Titans next week, so I'm probably going to be watching this game intently to see what Titans team is going to show up. But I'm going Colts in this one. I like the way they play, and they're currently 7 seed. Wow! Speaking of my team, now the Miami Dolphins heading to Washington to take on the Commanders. The Dolphins are giving 10 points. Again, if you want to know my full depth breakdown of the Dolphins versus the Commanders, I put out my preview every Friday. So you can go there and I'll also tell you what I think the score is going to be. But I do think that this is going to be a game where the Commanders quarterback isn't bad. I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm just not going to say it. He's not bad. So the defense has to be on their P's and Q's. It's not what I wanted to say, but I'm going to stick with it anyway. And the loss of Jalen Phillips, we'll see how much that hurts because, again, you're going against a Commanders team who got beat pretty bad on Thanksgiving. So we'll see how this all pans out. But, again, if you want my full assessment and my breakdown of that, check out Friday's video. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so then you'll get the notification when Friday's video comes out. Next, we have the Denver Broncos, the red hot, smoking hot, Stacy's mom, Denver Broncos, taking on the Houston Texans, who were red hot, but lost to the Jaguars. Denver, 5-game winning streak. And it's not even a 5-game winning streak beating slouches. You beat the Chiefs. You beat the Bills. You beat the Vikings with Kirk Cousins, not with Dobbs. This week, I did not expect them to win last week, and they came out and they beat the Browns. I think the Browns have a good defense. The offense, on the other hand, I don't know about that. Heading to Houston to take on the Texans, and I usually pick the Texans at home because Stroud just plays different at home. But after seeing what happened last week against the Jaguars, I'm going to go with Denver this one. I think Denver's going to win this game, and I think they're going to get into the playoff race, especially if the Colts lose this one. That might propel Denver into the playoff race. So that's going to be interesting. This should be the Sunday night game. This game right here should be the Sunday night game. We'll get to the Sunday night game, which on paper probably didn't look bad when they were putting the schedule together, but this should have been the Sunday night game. They should have flexed this sucker 2 weeks ago. San Francisco taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. San Fran giving 3 in Philly. Philly coming off a game of the year against the Buffalo Bills. Got away with a lot of calls. Hey, Philly fans, own up to it. Just own up to it at this point. Chief fans owned up to it, and they won a Super Bowl. Own up to that you have the refs in your pocket. Just own up to it. San Fran, though, 3-game winning streak, and it's not a 3-game winning streak of just beating teams by 3 or 4. They're destroying teams. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a really good game. I'm going San Fran here. I think San Fran has the physicality here, and I'm going spread-wise as well. I think they have the physicality here to do something to Philly. Bills put it out there how to stop Philly. It just so happened that their coach kind of got soft towards the end of the game. San Fran has that defense to put the Philadelphia Eagles in their place, especially their smug coach. I apologize, Philly fans. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but God, I can't stand your coach. Next, we have Cleveland heading to L.A. to take on the Rams. This one I find interesting because Stafford's back. Yes. From what I saw. They put Carson Wentz in at the end of the game, but Stafford is back. Cleveland's offense isn't great. Obviously, you could see by the 3.5 points. Myles Garrett, I think, is dealing with an injury, but I think he'll be okay. I'm going with the Rams in this one, both straight up and versus the spread. I And I think the Browns quarterback is hurt as well. It's a crap show for them. So I'm going to go with the Rams on that one. Then we have the Sunday night game. Again, on paper, when the season started, you probably saw this and was like, ooh. But Kansas City heading to Green Bay to take on the Packers. They're giving 7 Kansas City. Now, Green Bay played really well against Detroit. And the Chiefs, at first, I was like, wow, are the Chiefs going to lose to the Raiders? And then they're like, no, we were just taking a nap. And they beat the crap out of the Raiders. This will be interesting if the Packers can keep up what they did to Detroit to Kansas City. Then they'll have a chance against Kansas City. I'm going to go with Kansas City straight up and spread. We'll see. We'll see if the Green Bay Packers can keep up what they did against Detroit on Thanksgiving, but it'll be interesting. And then finally, the Monday night game. Man, if Joe Burrow was playing, this would be an even cooler, hotter game. Jacksonville giving 9. Cincinnati heading to Jacksonville. It's just, I don't think, spread-wise, I'm going with the Bengals. I don't think it's going to be that big of a spread, but it's just the Bengals aren't the Bengals anymore without Joe Burrow out there. That's how important he was to their offense. Now, can the defense stop Trevor Lawrence and Jags offense? Yeah, probably here and there. I don't think, the over-under is 38. Like, I could see them winning, like, 21-17 possibly. But the Jaguars' defense is good. Trevor Lawrence is good. But I think they'll probably win by a touchdown. I don't think it'll be by that much. But that's what I got for you on the picks. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you're for or against my picks. If you think I'm a big dumb or not. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet. If you like what you see. I do a ton of NFL content, as well as obviously covering the Miami Dolphins. So if you want to see the breakdown of the Dolphins heading to Washington to take on the Commanders, that video will be out Friday. But on that, like usual, stay classy. Events up.